The industries that are driving the U.S. economy. During the decade following the Great Recession, the U.S. economic recovery was in full swing. Jobs were being generated by the millions before the recent COVID-19 pandemic, and wage growth was on the rise. What industries powered the self-contained economy of America? Number 1. Retirement and pension plans. This industry consists of private and public pension funds, which, exclusively for the sponsor's workers or members, provide retirement savings and income benefits. This sector contains only defined benefit plans and excludes the defined contribution plans. This industry's income refers to total donations plus investment profits, while the amount of funds is referred to by establishments. Portfolio management fees or other services rendered by third parties are not included in this report. Voluntary donations from employees may also be approved. Since benefits are not contingent on returns on assets, benefits remain stable in a changing economic setting. Businesses may allocate more money to a pension fund and exclude more than a defined benefit plan from their income. To encourage unique business strategies, a pension fund helps subsidize early retirement. However, the establishment and management of a pension plan is more complicated and expensive than most retirement schemes. Employees have no influence over decisions on spending. In addition, if the minimum contribution threshold is not met or if excess contributions are made to the program, an excise tax applies. The payout of an employee depends on his salary and the duration of employment with the business. No loans or early withdrawals from the pension fund are eligible. A participant before age 62 is not allowed to collect in-service distributions. Taking early retirement normally results in a lower monthly payment. Number 2. Health and medical insurance in the U.S. The health industry helped the U.S. recover from the financial crisis of 2008. Between 2006 and 2016, the sector added 2.8 million jobs, which was almost 7 times faster than the overall economy. The sector has increased employment by 20% over the 10 years since 2008, while the economy's average rate was only 3%. From 2016 to 2026, the Bureau of Labor Statistics expects the healthcare employment to rise at an annualized rate of 18%, far faster than the rate of the rest of the economy. Healthcare Management, a guide to degrees in healthcare for prospective students, says the booming healthcare industry has 4 factors. Next, the demand for additional resources is being generated by a rapidly aging population. Second, the demand for healthcare staff is growing with chronic problems suffered by the aging population. Third, the form and number of available jobs are being expanded by medical advancements and changes. Finally, the overhaul of universal health insurance has expanded the number of individuals seeking regular medical treatment. Number 3. Drug, cosmetic, and toiletry wholesaling in the U.S. The growth of the wholesale sector for medications, cosmetics, and toiletries is driven by demand for its main product segment, pharmaceuticals. The vast majority of industry income is generated from the sale to a number of retailers and healthcare providers of prescription and non-prescription drugs. Several big brand name products have lost patent exclusively over the 5 years to 2019. This has provided a chance to reach the market for less costly generic drugs. Nevertheless, wholesalers have planned and changed their prices and supplies accordingly to the increased use of generic drugs. Consequently, it is expected that industry revenue will grow. The drug, cosmetic, and toiletry wholesaling sector is expected to continue to expand over the 5 years to 2026 due to growing demand for industry goods and an increasing elderly population. Wholesalers of medicines, cosmetics, and toiletries may sell prescription products intended for internal and external use, such as pills, capsules, vials, powders, and ointments. In addition to botanical medicines and spices, the industry covers a number of biological and medicinal products. Businesses which mainly distribute surgical, dental, or hospital equipment are not included in the industry. Number 4. Hospitals in the U.S. According to an annual report from the American Hospital Association, hospitals fund 16 million total jobs, or 1 in 9 jobs in the United States. They also endorse economic growth of more than $2.8 trillion. U.S. states greatly benefit from hospital job creation and spending on goods and services. In 25 U.S. states, 10% or more of the labor force is impacted by hospital employment. These figures do not reflect the direct employment of hospitals, but rather the ripple effect that the AHA said hospitals exerts in the wider economy. Hospitals directly employ nearly 5.7 million individuals. According to the AHA, that's good enough to make them one of the top sources of private sector employment. Number 5. Technology in the U.S. According to CyberState's 2019, an annual study of the nation's industry released by CompTIA, the tech sector is a huge component of the U.S. economy. Computer and IT employment is expected to rise 11% between 2019 and 2029, faster than the average for all occupations. Demand for additional staff stems from cloud computing, big data, and information security processing and storage. Almost every state has been impacted by the effects of the tech industry, and the industry is ranked in the top 5 economic contributors in 23 states and in the top 10 out of 28 states, according to CyberState's 2019. In almost all other industries, technology plays a part, such as healthcare, advanced manufacturing, transportation, education, and electricity. Society and industries are all evolving across the Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, machine learning, autonomous vehicles, and augmented and virtual reality. Number 6. Construction in the U.S. The construction industry is one of today's culminating industries that has a significant effect on every nation's economy. Any piece of infrastructure or real estate constructed around us is carried out by the segments of the construction industry. The scale of the construction industry is too broad, and HHI Lifting is making a significant contribution to its further expansion. A specialist building industry conducts some kind of alterations in structuring assets. Construction may be civil engineering based or generic. The construction of a dam, road, monument, wooden framework, real estate properties, etc. is performed with accurate calculations by the construction industry. Construction is an important industry that contributes greatly to a nation's economic development. The construction industry is an investment-led sector in which high interest is shown by the government. Government contracts for the production of infrastructure related to the health, transport, and education sectors with the construction industry. The construction industry is important to the prosperity of any country. The construction industry is diverse. It involves numerous clients like property builders, property developers, material suppliers, and contractors. The construction industry brings cost-effective building solutions, where in all these, the clients play an active role to make the contract a success. Number 7. Retail in the U.S. Retail is how goods and services manufacturers bring their products to the market. Retailers also purchase their products directly from the supplier. That is when a product becomes a finished commodity. Retailers may also purchase goods known as a wholesaler or distributor from a middleman. The wholesaler sector consolidates goods from all over the globe. For easier marketing and distribution, it repackages them. Before the items end up in your shopping cart, retailers are the last stop in the supply chain. In 2018, the U.S. retail industry generated $5.3 trillion in sales. It's almost tripled since 1992, when it was $1.8 trillion. Food and beverages stores are next, at $746 billion. It's followed by general merchandise stores at $706 billion. This includes warehouse clubs and supercenters at $484 billion. Online sales contributed $612 billion compared to $35 billion in 1992. This dramatic increase is due to the advantages of online shopping. The most important time of the year in retailing is the holiday shopping season. It starts on Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. Almost 20% of annual retail sales occur between Black Friday and Christmas. This season includes Cyber Monday, the biggest day of the year for online sales. Number 8. Non-durable manufacturing in the U.S. The non-durable manufacturing industry produces commodities such as fuel, electricity, and clothing that are described as having a lifespan of less than 3 years. According to the Federal Reserve, non-durable manufacturing is a dominant pillar in the U.S., with a GDP value added that is 4.8% of the national GDP. According to the Federal Reserve, the non-durable manufacturing sector is less important than sustainable manufacturing. However, it employs more workers and accounts for 4.4 million jobs compared to 349,000 sustainable manufacturing jobs. Thanks to improved manufacturing productivity, the MAPI Foundation expects annual export growth to rise. The foundation points to a rise in capital expenditure, a change in global economic conditions, and a restructuring of business taxes that will motivate companies to invest in the manufacturing sector as factors that will raise demand in the coming years.